confusing.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the quarterfinals of the Valorant Sunday Showdown, week number 61. I'm Choice Plays, joined again by Stray, and we are so stoked for another amazing match on Icebox. This time, it's going to be Recon5 versus DNA Diff. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Stray, how you feeling about this?
Oh, I'm feeling good after coming off of that other banger Icebox game. We're gonna see a lot more of the same. Probably the same compositions. Not gonna lie. Who else would you substitute in terms of agents for the comp? I felt like that was super solid, both by Reborn and Shopify Rebellion. So I don't feel like that comp is gonna go anywhere. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of the same agents, and yeah, it's gonna be a banger.
I think the same too. There's not much that you could really change out of that. I mean, the Reyna is so clutch on there. I mean, obviously the Jet Op, you have the Viper as well. Those lineups are too strong on this map. And then you've got Sova, obviously. Everyone loves the Sova. You've got some post plant
A lot
post
of post
plant
plant,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Stuff from him as well. And then the Sage is just so clutch with the Sage
The
wall,
whole-
the
Right.
wall orb and everything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing I would consider is probably adding a raise. I'm surprised we didn't see more raises in Icebox. She's also pretty good. Yeah, she can double satchel into A site with that. Obviously, rocket launcher, grenade clears a lot of stuff. The boombot's pretty nice. But yeah, ultimately, Jet and Reyna, very good duelist duo. They're always gonna go in, always gonna create space for you, and yeah, it's hard to go wrong with that.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, especially if you've got a solid Reyna like we saw in that last one. I mean, Ren,
That's a Ren. Yep.
yeah, shout out to Ren as well as Diana. Diana did a
hmm
fantastic job on the Reyna as well. I mean, it took her a second to kind of get ramped up, but once we saw her heat up, it was pretty intense to see some of those frags come out from Diana. And we are getting a little bit of information from our production in the background. It seems like one of the guys are having tech issues on one of the teams, so they have to restart their game client. So we will be jumping into this matchup on Icebox here really soon. But other than that, this is one of those matchups that you kind of look forward to. Like, to me, this feels like a VSS Grand Finals matchup. Recon 5 versus DNA Diff. I mean, they're going to give us a fantastic show. Just to let you know here, Stray.
Awesome. I'm excited. I'm ready for it, man. After what we've seen all these great games, honestly, I'm really enjoying every minute of it. So I'm strapped in, buckled up. I'm ready to go.
That's what
After
I'm
this pause,
talking
of
about.
course.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's been fantastic having you on the cast and as well as Jack Igo. I mean, having some new and fresh faces here on the Valorant Study Showdown and just growing our little family here is fantastic. We love that. And shout out to you guys for helping us make this actually happen. After this, though, it is going to be Chadlantis and Last, I do believe, who are going to be bringing us into semifinals and for grand finals. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that one. Other than that, we're still waiting to jump into this lobby on Icebox. Other than that, I want to jump in as well as talk a little bit about DNA Diff. They have actually won quite a few Valorant Sunday Showdowns in the past like 2 months or something like that. I want to say like 3 VSSs in the past 2 months. And so they have been on the grind, like really on the grind. And it's definitely proving to, work for them. I mean, I don't know how much experience you have with either of these teams, Stray, but do you have any sort of predictions or any sort of thing that you would like to like kind of bring up or talk about these two teams?
No, I'm kind of new here, so I'm a newbie.
Hey,
Shout out to VCS. Thanks for
yeah.
bringing me on. So yeah,
Hey,
not much. I haven't seen much of them. From the one game I did see of
Recon
Recon
5.
5, right. It was a very close match. Again, 14-12. It was very close on Haven. They were extremely good on, I believe it was attack side, right? And then
I
they
think so.
slowly started to slip up a little bit on that defensive side, letting the enemy team get back. So from what I've seen, hopefully they just, full pedal to the metal, foot on the gas. They don't slow down. They don't go complacent. And, hopefully we all see some great Valorant games being played.
Yeah, I really hope so as well. We're gonna see it. But now that we still have a little bit of time left, the player is still trying to restart their system. They're having a little bit of tech issues, which I mean we've seen a lot of that here in just the Valorant competitive scene in general. If you watched VCT in Iceland, there were a lot of tech pauses, and that was very interesting in itself. But I want to talk and break down a little bit of that last round on Icebox between Shopify Rebellions and Reborn. One of the things that I was bringing up after the match and after we went to a break, Stray, was the fact that Ren was able to get away with a lot of really aggressive A pushes. He was able to kind of push up around that box, the pipes area, get a free frag or two, and then back out for free. And that was kind of one of those things that just wasn't punished enough by Shopify Rebellion. And I mean, I don't know. How do you break that down?
Yeah, it wasn't punished enough, and it also wasn't done enough by Shopify Rebellion. I feel like they should have been more aggressive, similar to what you saw Ren, and also, again, Soul did on that Jet. He was constantly pushing A main with that op, got fantastic first picks, and then backed off safely. Same thing with Ren, and again, this brings us back to why we have that wonderful duelist duo, try to say that 5 times fast. But yeah, it's because they can get a kill, and then they can get away. So you see those in standard professional play, you know, when your aim is so high tier, you can get those kills consistently, and then you get out of there. Great advantage for your team, and that is why, again, I'm expecting to see Jet Reyna again on Icebox.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think there's going to be any sort of composition changes for these two teams, Recon5 and DNA Diff, which we're still waiting on. But other than that, I mean, it was really cool to see Ren able to do some pretty crazy stuff. That's one of those matches that you really want to put into the lab and just rewatch kind of everything that happens, especially in that space there, and see how Ren was able to kind of get away with a lot of free frags as well as Soul. But other than that, I have to say Shopify Rebellion, they kept it close. I mean, a lot of the rounds that they lost, they were able to take down 3 to 4 members of Recon pretty consistently. So I mean, like, GG's to them. I mean, that
Yeah,
GG's to
and
them.
I just want to shout out Lori because she played fantastic. Definitely kept them in the game for so long. Got so many crucial first picks with her op, and also big multi-kill rounds. So if it wasn't for her and those incredibly colossal performances with the operator, the game wouldn't have been anywhere near as close as it was. So shout outs to Lori, and also Flowerful for that one brilliant round with the Sheriff.
A 1v4 situation in Flowerful just absolutely took advantage of it. Just those headshots were so clean, so clutch. And I mean, we're going to see a lot of these clips around on Twitter, on social medias. But other than that, I have a feeling that we might be seeing something really soon here.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
So
Tech issues are always, a beast. He
yeah.
says he's on his way. So we're going to be
Excellent. So
jumping.
that means 2 more hours. We'll be here for a minute.
If
But yeah,
VCT has taught us anything, it's gonna be a while.
it's gonna be a bit. When they say 5 minutes, let's be real. It's gonna be like 10, 20 minutes. So we'll just be big chilling. But yeah, again, shout out to VCS who hosts this every Sunday. Shout out to our sponsors, Red Bull, AimLab, and Game Arena. Thank you so much for supporting the grassroots gaming scene. We always love to see that. We seen like the fighting scene, FGC. We seen CS:GO, and now we see Valorant on the come up. So it's really beautiful to see that gaming's come such a long way, right, Choice?
Oh, absolutely. And especially with, things starting to open up a little bit, getting a little bit more normal, as you can say, or
Right,
back to
right.
where it was before. We are seeing, a lot of those LANs and a lot of those in-person events start to shop up or really hop up, really. And that in itself is really exciting. I think you and I were talking about it earlier.
Yep.
Stuff like Fragadelphia is coming,
Oh yeah.
and I will probably be there.
Hey, if you guys are in Philadelphia, stop on by. It's gonna be at local host. It's gonna be at 2800 Fox Street. So yeah, if you're there, stop by for the Fragadelphia. You'll probably see me and Choice there. Say hi. So yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And also, we're talking about this quarters finals match that is finally here. We're seeing Diff up against Recon5, and they are already locking in their agents. And look at this,
Oh,
Stray. We're seeing a raise.
the Rays. Yep. And this is what I was gonna mention. I thought we were gonna see Jet Reyna, but yes, Adder is gonna go for the Raze, which I really like on Icebox. Again, you can double satchel into the site. You can grab a lot of space. The boombot's great. The paint shell is gonna be great at clearing out angles. So yeah, I like to see the change of pace. But hopefully, as with every Raze playing on tournament, hopefully we don't see a lot of Rosa ults. That's kind of embarrassing, but chat's definitely gonna meme. You already can see it coming.
Yeah, you already know. I mean, you see the Rays, you know there's going to be at least a whiff or two. That's for sure. I mean, it's pretty crazy, though. The fact that Showstopper is 8 ult orbs or 8 ult points is pretty crazy. So we're not going to see as many around in general. And that's kind of crazy in itself because I am a Rays main and I still don't know how I feel about it. I mean, that's a lot of ult orbs or ult points.
Did you play Raze from the start of beta? Or when did
Yes.
you start playing Raze? Okay. She was disgusting in beta. Oh my goodness.
That's
Remember
2
the
paint
double?
shells? Yep.
Oh my. That I kept trying to tell my friends it was broken, but they were Raze mains and they were like, "No, it's fine. It's fine." And then thank God, who was it? It wasn't Shroud. It was Summit who spoke up, and Jesus Christ. If Raze was the same, it'd be so broken in beta. Sorry
So
about the little
broken.
steal.
No worries. I mean, I totally understand. I kind of like easily acclimated to Raze just because I played Junkrat in Overwatch.
Oh, excellent. Yeah.
So I had, the satchel jumps pretty down.
Down pat. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right at the beginning. But I mean, we're not talking about Overwatch. We're talking about Valorant here. It's DNA Diff versus Recon5, getting a little bit of spray and a little bit of damage through the smoke.
Yeah, what an interesting wall. As soon as I believe was it Aiko that put down the wall? I was like, wow, what an interesting wall. Why would you put it there, right? It has like a little bit of a one-way, but they still see you. If they swing you, you're gonna die because you're standing still crouched. But yeah, again, we see Nick gonna put down that Viper Molly. It's gonna delay the plant a little, and now it's gonna buy some time for rotation. Simple, trying to work a pick here, spotting that snowman area. Can't see anything yet, but this Viper wall is gonna come out, and the plant is also gonna go down, or not.
Oh my goodness. Shock Dart coming in clutch from Dubbin to be able to deny the spike plan. And did you see that the visuals on the spike, it's like halfway up already.
Yeah, they're so low, Recon5. Oh my goodness, they're just gonna get sprayed down. Great stuff by Nick, delaying that plant for so long. And one thing I wanted to note too is that DNA Diff are very disciplined. No matter what happened during that B site, they still had Neon holding it down at A, scouting it out, and ultimately that discipline is gonna win them a lot more rounds from now on.
Doing a fantastic job. Having the patience of a saint is Neon. And I was talking about it earlier. Aiko and Neon are those players that you really want to keep a close eye on. They've had multiple MVPs here in the Valorant Sunday Showdown. So, I mean, those are 2 excellent players that we want to keep our eyes on. But Recon5 are also full of intense players, but Neon is going to be putting down players from Recon5.
And this is why duelist players have a lot of usually have good KDAs because they go for those eco frags. The previous games we've seen Jet just farm this up, but Dubbin was like, no more. I want my frags too, as he goes and finishes things off with his Mage Punk Spectre, which is one of my favorite Spectres in the game.
Oof, it is a good one. It is
a very
a
nice
good
one.
The Ruination one is so it's my favorite now though.
Okay, the Ruination kill effect is so good with the smoke coming down and the beam coming down, but I will forever like the Mage Punk Spectre just because of the steampunk aesthetic. I think it looks so dope. So
yeah, it's really nice, honestly. And Riot's doing way too good of a job. Way too good of a job. I just want to emphasize that. Way too good.
True.
Making these skins.
They're definitely making their money's worth as Dubbin is gonna drone out, blocked by his own Sage. Sage was like, please do not int Silva, and walls him off. Excellent work by Aiko there, keeping the team in order, in line.
This bonus round is very interesting for DNA Diff, just because, they've got a Marshal in hand, and they're gonna be going up against Phantoms and Vandals. So that's gonna be tough in itself, especially because we have a couple of Spectres as well. You can actually hear Nick on the outside, but look at this angle from Aiko. What is this?
Yo, Aiko watches like Grim or something, man. He has these crazy walls. He is a YouTube sage, TikTok sage, as they would say, for sure.
Very interesting stuff. And it looks like Recon5 are actually got. Ooh.
They're doing the cheese plant.
Yeah, very
Oh,
nice.
but do they have the lineup? Oh, that's for default.
This is a different one. That's a different sage wall to be able to kind of just eke out a little bit of the planting spot. And now Aiko, way on the backside, is going to be slowly rotating.
Stealthy, making his way up Mace stealthily, like the name entails. The Viper Molly is down. Aiko does get the person watching the flank, so that's going to be the post-plant Molly's down. And Sova also goes down. Things are falling apart for Recon5. The time is ticking down, though. DNA Diff do not have a lot of time. And look at this Aiko. Gonna go try to do the flank, but it is all up to Hooligan and Simple, and they clean house.
Woo! That was looking really dire for Recon5 there for a hot second. I mean, a lot of members were falling to DNA Diff, and they were on their bonus round, mind you. Recon5 were bought up, and now, I mean, their economy isn't that good. Stealthy only has a half shield. You see a half shield on Rep. They're gonna have to really, you know, be pretty proactive in this round.
Right, and I just want to mention again, when you are playing against those post-plant mollies, you have to flank, and that's what Aiko did here. So much great awareness, knowing they were going to try to set up the post-plant. He was raiding right there outside T-spawn and got those kills. So very important frag, stopping the post-plant, and ultimately almost winning them round, almost winning the round. But Simple and Hooligan, they had other plans in mind.
And they did. Stealthy does spot out one of the members. DNA Diff. Still holding strong, but no, Nick is actually going to fall to Simple's Vandal. Adder's going to get pretty aggressive, going to be taken down by Stealthy, and that's going to be a good start for Recon5. They've had a hard time, you know, coming up these past couple of rounds. And now they're getting their stride here.
Yeah, that is a incredibly tough angle to peek as Adder when you're peeking into that B-long angle from close to the cargo. 9 out of 10 times, you will be headshot. But if you make it past that angle, you're in a very good position to do some serious damage. But here we see Recon5 rotating all the way back to the A site, and they're going to get this post plant. The Sage Wall going to cover off back site, and they're planning for this default post plant molly. So here we go. Simple watching the flank, spots Aiko. Let's see what happens here. Ooh.
Good shot from Aiko.
I hate that. That should have been a kill. He had a Vandal, but it was through the wall. That is the second unsatisfying moments in Valorant Part 2. First one is getting a Sheriff headshot at 30 plus meters. Second is dinking with a Vandal. That feels so bad.
Yeah, not getting that frag when you know you should have. You know you should have.
Oh, it makes my blood boil sometimes.
Like, I mean, you know, Aiko's blood is boiling because he just backed off. He was like, no, I'm done. I'm out of here. We're saving it. We're saving this.
Yeah, you just look at your gun, you're like, I should have went to the Phantom. Why did I buy this gun? That thing should have been a headshot. But it's not.
Well, there it is. Tying it up is Recon5 2-2, getting these last two rounds after the buy-up. Sending DNA Diff kind of on a worse for wear buy. You see Adder with the Marshall and Nick with the Bulldog and a half shield. This is going to be a very interesting round for DNA Diff. They're going to have to play this nice and slow and give Recon5 all of, I mean, the respect that they deserve in this situation.
Yeah, a lot of ults very close for Recon5, and look at this, so aggressive from Neon. The Recon Dart is scanning, so he shouldn't be expecting anybody from here, but Adder hits that nice kill. Yeah, Neon should not have been looking belt there, because the Recon Dart just scanned belt.
That was so BM from Adder. Just runs around the corner, gets the headshot, and backs out. That was insane. With the Marshall, no less.
It's either the Deagle Demons or the Ferrari Peak, right? As Aiko being such a pesky rat every round, he's flanking mid or A main is crazy, but things are working out for him, so it's working.
DNA Diff, they're definitely giving the respect deserved to Recon5, playing this nice and slow, getting in the right place at the right time, and the paint shells comes out, as well as the Viper, or excuse me, the Snake Bite. coming out and able to really do some damage to the last member left alive, Simple, I do believe, for Recon5, and that's going to bring him up 3-2 here.
Yeah, and because they kept that their Marshall, they get to upgrade. Adder gets to upgrade his Marshall to an op, and that's gonna save their team a lot of econ. So if you look at the side of Recon5, they are hurting. They have 3 players on 100 credits, while DNA Diff, they could actually they could afford 4 buys next round. So
Yeah.
with Jet knives coming up, Jet will probably most definitely get her knives.
It's going to be tough. Stealthy up here on the tube, and Aiko positioning himself. Oh, the position was real solid from Aiko so far. Going to have to actually push them off of this and re-aggress themselves to a different position. You do see Mazza on the back end. Might actually be able to get the maybe something done with the guiding light.
Yeah. And they're slowly starting to creep up to A. Dubbin is going to spot this out with the recon arrow. That's probably going to tag. Oh, they shoot it in time. So, but they definitely know it's going to be a solid A hit. Neon is he in position? Gets blinded by the guiding light. He's going to get taken down. That is a jet and sky differential. And look at this. Oh, doesn't have a dash. Has the updraft though. Dodges the Hunter's Fury.
Real clutch updraft there to keep themselves alive. Recon5 still doing pretty solid right now. 5v3 situation and a post plant as well. And they've got what they're doing. Oh my goodness, Nick drops down, gets 1, but no, it's going to be Hooligan and Stealthy for 2 right now. It's all up to Aiko. Is not going to be able to win out in the aim duel up against Stealthy, and they tie it up again, 3-3.
Hold up. Do you see that wall?
I didn't.
It's pretty green. It's not normally that green on my screen. That wall is a very green wall.
Are they changing the colors on us right now?
I have no idea. It kind of looked a bit like Viper wall with how green it was.
Weird.
Yeah. That wall was very green on my screen. But yeah, that was a good clean round. Good clean round. And yeah, as we see here, DNA Diff is going to be on an eco. They're going to have a double Marshall buy. Adder showing that he was quite proficient with it last round. So let's see if he can pick up a few kills. And if he does, he also has a showstopper in his back pocket. And unfortunately, he only gets the tag right there. And Neon, though, could go huge with the wall. Nick in great position, gets 2. Can't get the 3rd, but he has done enough for his team. Now, 3v2 choice. That's the Blade Storm going down.
Simple is absolutely clutching this out right now. It still is, you know, a semi-buy from DNA Diff, but there was a few times that they could have taken him down in that situation, but no, he is just too clean with the flicks, able to take down the members of DNA Diff.
Aiko had a chance with the Marshall. He saw where he was planning. But yeah, very difficult position by Aiko here. Only having a Marshall, he's gonna need to land 2 clean no-scope headshots in order to win this, unless there is a gun on the ground. And with the crossfire sandwich that is Recon5, he's about to be turned into Subway right now.
Subway sandwich indeed.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
Shout out Red Bull, Aim Lab, Game Arena.
Shout out.
Shout out Choice Plays in the chat.
Gee. Well. Recon5 taking it to DNA Diff, who were looking real clean and crispy in those pistol rounds. Now doing some work on them right now, up 4-3, but DNA Diff obviously still keeping it pretty close. Neon getting aggressive. Oh my goodness, no way! Gets 2 quick headshots on that aggressive push up towards the pipes area, and now Recon5 have to find out something else to do here. They have to win out on this aim duel up against Adder, but Simple trying to get that done, and it is tough right now, Straight.
You gotta be kidding me, you're insane, but he goes for a little bit too much as he gets traded out by Rep. Still 4v3, still man advantage for the side of DNA Diff. They just gotta maintain it somehow. Dubbin gets a tag. Sky is super close, and luckily his teammate was watching the angle, otherwise he was about to get swung on and killed. rep is going to plant inside the Viper Pit like we saw before. Viper Pit, very hard to retake into as a defending site. It just controls so much of the site area, and Adder's going to try to do his best to prod from rafters here.
Ooh. It's getting real close. Adder is going to be able to pick up a rep with the showstopper. It's not going to be a Rosa ult this time. Mazza comes around the corner, loses out on the gun duel. The paint shells are back up, but Adder and Dubbin are able to work it out even after a crazy start. Look at this. Beautiful. Tying it up 4-4 again.
Yeah, and that Adder showstopper ult to counter the Viper's Pit was fantastic. Getting that Viper's Pit down should be the first thing you want to do as soon as you're heading into that retake. And fortunate for them, Adder connects with the showstopper, as you said. No Rosa ult today, and perfect. That gives DNA Diff their 4th round for the game.
Woo.
Get out of my way.
Bladestorm going to be popped. Stealthy going on top of 2 very fast. Trying to duel this Sova, the drone. Drone counters Bladestorm because you never like wasting your knives on the drone, you know? And Simple going to work up the tube. Trying to get this kitchen area. Waiting for a impatient peek, but they're not giving it to him.
Not this time, Simple. Getting up in the kitchen area. Gets spotted out by Aiko. Perfect spot by Aiko, and actually a fantastic jump wall. Like, peak wall? I don't even know how you say that.
The strafe jump peak wall.
Clutch.
He's a multitasker.
Yeah. Better than me. I can't multitask.
True, same. But yeah, because of that kill, he's 1 off of res, so he manages to pick up another kill here. He's gonna have that res for retake, which is fantastic because your teammates are gonna go in, they're gonna die, and then you can get the res off afterward and bait them. So the Sage special, baiting your res teammates.
Yeah. Especially on defense side.
Ooh. Oh right. No, he shot. Can he get more? The lineup for Nick! Oh my goodness!
I can't help but laugh straight. The lineup was too good.
I thought Aiko was gonna get like a 3K, but it was Nick in the back.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wait, that's a Vandal diff. See, Nick had the Phantom. That's how he lined him up.
Yeah, very true. And I feel like this is a well-timed timeout for Recon5. They are going to call that timeout right now after a really tough round loss. DNA Diff just knew, kind of read into what they were doing. And yeah, that was a really tough loss for Recon5.
I'm so surprised that Aiko, the Sage that's almost has res, has the gall to play in such a hyper-aggressive position like undertube. Of course, it is very unexpected when you see a Sage right in front of you when you turn that corner. But yeah, I'm just surprised that he had so much confidence and gall to play that spot, because that's definitely a one-and-done angle. But luckily, you know, Nick was there supporting from the back, does manage to get that 3K to clean the round up.
Yeah, man. I don't know how the read was so clean from DNA Diff. They had the 2 members hanging out really close to undertube, and that was exactly the call that Recon5 made. And now they did call the timeout, and they're going to reassess their playbook here and try to switch it up with something. And they're going to have to, because that res is up, as well as the Viper's Pit from DNA Diff.
Yeah, with the aggressive angle. And this is why I've seen in so many YouTube tutorials and Twitters that you should be dropping from heaven, like exactly you see there, but Neon still manages to kill Stealthy. What a flick by him, but the res comes out shortly after.
Are you kidding me? That flick was dirty. Starting off real clean so far as DNA Diff. It's still a 5v5 because of the resurrection on Recon5's side. Simple is going to send out the Leer, but it's going to be met with a Roomba by Adder. And the op shot is going to miss. Look at this. It's going to be, oh my goodness, decimation in the favor of DNA Diff. This is going to be a flawless
round. Oh my
round.
Goodness. Adder pop off King. And that's the one situation where you wouldn't say Vandal Diff, because he nailed that spray down pat.
Yeah. came around that corner, was able to get those shots off real clean and nice. And DNA Diff, man, they have Recon 5's number dialed now, and it's looking pretty dire so far. There's 2 rounds left over in the first half. Can Recon 5 turn it around, or are they just kind of praying for the defensive side?
Yeah. Somebody check Adder's PC. There's no way you can do that with the Vandal. I refuse to believe that you can spray control that well with the Vandal. There's just absolutely no way. But Stealthy going too fast again. Gets the kill. Adder returning onto Hooligan, turning into 4v4. But Adder is pretty lit up here, Choice.
This is not normally. Check him, PC. Here we go. Full moon boot rotation on over to the A side. The guiding light comes out. Is going to spot out Dubbin. Dubbin, though, is going to spot out... Ooh, Simple first, but Stealthy is going to come around the corner, take him down. Neon gets the op shot onto Mazza. That's going to be the guiding lights out of the hands of Recon5. It is a 3v3 situation. Neon still watching these close angles from the rafters area. They're going to have to do something big, especially with Adder on the back end, rotating nice and slowly.
That's so annoying by Simple. Just the 2 1-taps. Oh my goodness. Is he good for the 4th? Again, Adder's just showing. Okay, for real. Let's check his PC. Like he's just too good. Like, what is this? Check how many hours he has on AimLab. He must have over like 5,000. That's crazy. Wow, fantastic, well placed time shots. Adder showing his impact, his presence round after round, and honestly, he's probably gonna get MVP the way the game's going.
I would not doubt that at all. 14-5-0 right now, feeling real nice. This is going to be a tough last round, an almost unwinnable round for Recon5. There's 4 ultimates available for DNA Diff, and they have maybe the knives. If Stealthy is able to pull off a frag with that Phantom, it's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, an interesting choice. Nick is choosing to hold B-Long with the Phantom, and Stealthy again. He's been getting back-to-back frags on this too, but again, Adder is gonna show himself, make his presence known, takes down Stealthy. Oh, goes down to a 3v3. Nick turns it into a 2v3, into a 3v1. Nick is taking names.
Yeah, it seems like DNA Diff are definitely starting to get in the heads of Recon5 at the moment. They are looking real clean, and that's going to be a solid 8-4 half in the favor of DNA Diff. And look at this. Now we are on the other side of the half. This is where Recon5 really need to pull out some of those really good defensive strats and take down DNA Diff, because, you know, it's looking like it's all DNA Diff right now.
Yeah, and I just want to mention, as you can see here, I don't, you normally don't want to call the guy out, but Mazza with a huge goose egg, 0 kills, has 2 assists. You remember when we saw previously in the game on Haven, Mazza was a difference maker in that game, and he really needs to come alive in this game as well. A little slow to start off, but hopefully things can change by the half.
This could definitely be that half, that moment that Mazza comes alive pretty hot and heavily, because, you know, those guiding lights can be real clutch for retakes. You've got the Trailblazer as well. Could be huge for everything that they're trying to do for retakes and just gaining a sight back from DNA Diff. But we'll just have to see in these next ensuing rounds. Right now, it's starting DNA Diff getting aggressive on the A side. The plant is happening right now. The spike is almost down. Stealthy, though, spraying through the smoke, is going to get a little bit of damage out on the Neon. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, Adder is going to open things off again. Oof, Mazza not having the greatest game right now as Neon takes down Stealthy, and Recon5 are dropping like flies. That's what I meant to say. Simple. Gonna get that kill, get that overheal out, and it's looking like a done deal here as Rep is trying to play the smoke, but he is in front of a Sage wall.
The post-plant situation is too clutch for DNA Diff right now. Ooh, Rep might actually get this one, does get the frag out, and might actually get Ico as well, but no, it is going to be Nick to finish it off. There's 2 members left alive. Recon5 did a good job trying to bring it back to DNA Diff, taking down 3 members, doing a lot of damage as well. And here it is, the big buy up from DNA Diff. Can Neon, oh, okay. I was going to say, we saw Adder, I'm pretty sure, get that nice clutch double kill with the Marshall at the beginning of the second round last half. Well, we might see something like that again.
Yeah, one common theme is these players love their Marshall. It's such a cost-efficient weapon at 1.1k. If you hit that headshot, it's a free pick. So it's definitely a great investment into a a round you don't have much chance to win in. As simple. Is that CS:GO simple?
It's looking like it. A nice clean deeg to the face. Hooligan, oh no, doesn't really want to take this long range duel with the classic up against the Spectre. Oh, that's gonna be tough. Doesn't get, oh, maybe gets a tiny bit of damage out onto Nick, but it's tough to take those long range duels with the classic. Stealthy moving in pretty quickly, trying to win out in the Sheriff duel up against Aiko. The guiding light comes in, gets a little bit of a out onto someone, gets the headshot onto Aiko. That's where he wants to be. Catches Neon lacking, but no, Neon, there is no lacking for Neon. Gets the 3K and dub and finishes it off onto Stealthy. That's 10-4.
It's always a struggle choice when you're playing that Spectre. You're holding the flank, trying to duel this guy with a classic, but the Spectre is just going wild at that distance. But he managed to control that recoil fairly well. Shot, and burst. Better than what I would have done at least. Spectre, it kind of goes crazy at longer ranges. It's pretty wild, but up close that thing is a beast. But at that distance, nah, man, nah.
Yeah, it's tough to really control that recoil. But I mean, like we saw, they know what they're doing. These players know exactly what they're doing and how to handle that recoil. And look at this. Here's the A hit again from DNA Diff. They're feeling confident in this push. They have done it successfully now, what, 2 times? And they're trying to make it a third.
Yeah, the drone is coming through. Neon, nobody ever expects that spot on top screen, so it's so strong. Stealthy's gonna get that kill onto Neon. Rep gonna swing out for another one. Turn into a 3v3 real quick. Aiko gonna swap over to that Vandal, get the healing done, and DNA Diff are gonna regroup and recuperate and take it slow from here.
Yeah, I think this is one of those moments where it's like at the half, okay, we're gonna hit A until it just doesn't work anymore. And I feel like
that's what we were saying at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. DNA
how
Diff.
fast can you hit it, and how many times can you hit it in a row?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, they're proven. Oh, guiding light is gonna spot out that there are members still on A side. Recon5 holding these angles nice and close. They want to win out on the angle duel. It looks like Mazza might actually do it. There it is. Going to take down Dubbin and takes down Nick as well with a beautiful headshot coming around the corner. Ooh, Aiko's trying to get around the corner themselves. Is going to be able to get the frag out onto Mazza, but Stealthy's going to trade it out. And oh my goodness, Stray, it's 10-5.
Yeah, this is looking almost like a done deal. Let's see how this gun round goes, and then before we call it too quickly, but Rep sitting on that Spectre, I don't know about this. If they go B long, which actually Viper switched to A. Okay, I like this switch. So they're gonna have Reyna with the Vandal playing that B long angle while playing Viper with the Spectre on A. I really like that. Normally Viper plays B. Her util is just amazing on B site. But yeah, very suited for the occasion with the weaponry that they have.
Doing the best they can. Finally a buy up for DNA Diff. Going to see those rifles. Who's going to win out in the aim duel? Simple, hanging up in the nest area. Loses out to Neon's Vandal. And that's going to be a good start for DNA Diff. They're on the site planning already. The Trailblazer comes out and Mazza's going to be taken down by Nick. Dubbin as well, working in tandem to be able to get a bunch of good frags with the Spectre, no less. Rep is going to be able to take down Neon, but this Snakebite is so tough up against Rep. This is going to be a tough one for Recon5. It is a 4v2 situation.
Yeah, Selfie gonna try his best, go for another one. Ooh. And wait, things are turning on its head. Aiko has res, but the situation is a little difficult to get a res off here. Gonna pull out the classic for some reason as Rep is on 1 HP. Okay, that makes more sense. He's on 4 HP. Taps the spike, and here we go. Aiko, Rep doesn't have enough time for this. And oh, the headshot. Okay, clean. He's gonna lose the gun, but it's well worth it as he does secure that 11th round.
He knew. He knew what he was getting into. Aiko just kind of hung around. Okay, I got the frag. Whatever. I'll take the brunt of the spike explosion. doesn't matter to me. And now I just want to point out there's a judge in the hands of Adder.
Oh no, I hate this. I'm getting PTSD already. The amount of judge raises I see in my competitive game, this is gonna be scary, especially on an aimer like Adder. Definitely able to make 5Ks happen with that gun.
We might.
Oh,
Nice.
oh, that wasn't the stage orb he wanted to do.
We didn't see it. We didn't see it, Hooligan.
True,
Don't
nobody
worry.
saw it. Nobody in chat saw it either, right, chat?
Right. I like the way that they're playing on the side of Recon5. Rep has a judge in hand, sends out the Viper's Pit. Oh no! Dubbin gets caught in the corner, and Nick, oh my goodness, these frags are absolutely weird right now. DNA Diff are up 3-2, but Stealthy has the knives out and is just kind of like locked in a corner right now.
Oh, and Neon is gonna win that anime battle. Gets the better of Stealthy there. And Simple tries his best, but gets traded out by Nick. And now it is all up to match point for DNA Diff right here.
This is the tough part about being a best of one tournament up until the grand finals, Stray. It's, you know that these players are fantastic. You know they know what they're doing. It's just tough because of the best of one situation. Sometimes a team could really pop off, but it seems like DNA Diff really know what they're doing. They are looking clean on their executes. They're holding sites pretty flawlessly, honestly. Recon5 definitely have those moments of brilliance, but you know what? DNA Diff, they are taking advantage of every single mistake that anyone could make, really.
Yeah, and I just want to follow up on what you said. It really is a shame that it's the best of one, because as you saw on the scoreboard, Maza was not doing the best. But if you saw him previously on Haven, he was doing great. He was making plays left and right with that Sky, but unfortunately, one cold map, no pun intended, it is Icebox. And yeah, he's just really not showing up for his team right now, as it looks like DNA Diff are most definitely gonna get the better of them on this map.
Yeah, they're looking to really bring it to Recon5. Drive the nail in the coffin this time, but Stealthy has other plans, able to... Ooh, that's the spike as well. They're going to have to do something big. Neon does actually return the favor, and Nick takes down Hooligan. It's a 3v2 situation. You still have the showstopper in the hands of DNA Diff. Will we see that come out again? Maza has to hold this angle. There it comes, the showstopper. The guiding light as well, but no, it's not going to be a whiff this time. It's all up to Rep, the lone Viper on the side of Recon5.
Goodbye, my friend. There's not much you can do when you're against the showstopper, you know?
Yeah.
Not much you can do. It's a very balanced ability, you know? Abilities don't kill in Valorant. Strategic gameplay. Precise strategic gameplay. Right. But yeah, all up to Rep in the enemy's Viper's Pit. He really wishes that was his own. And actually, I do want to mention he was using the Patifan tech, which you see on YouTube, where if you look down, it actually gives you a better angle and you'll see your enemies before they see you. So very, very interesting stuff right there.
DNA Diff does take it away, but Recon5 did the best they can to bring it to him on Icebox. But no, it's going to be DNA Diff that moves themselves and grants themselves that semifinals spot. They are a 1 game away from the money, the 1 game away from the grand finals. They could probably do it again for the 4th time, I guess, Stray.
Yeah, they looked very strong and definitely showed everyone why they are called DNA Diff. They were just, genetically better. It was just unfair, They were just had advantages at birth. It's just not fair for Reborn. They did their best,
Now you are just feeding their egos.
Oh, and look at this. Adder 2K with 20, 10, and 2. We definitely saw a lot of plays. And like I mentioned, he was bound to pick up MVP with the way he was performing every round.
Clutch God, Adder 2K, at it again, doing some absolute work to the opposition. But that's going to be it for Stray and I. We are now going to be moving on to semifinals, and you're going to actually see a couple new casters. It's going to be Chad Lantis in last after this one. But Stray, thank you so much for this amazing debut here on the Valorant Sunday Showdown. How you feeling? Any last words for you?
Yeah, thank you so much, Choice. It was a pleasure casting for you. Thank you for VCS for having me. And again, shout out to the sponsors that made it all happen. AIM Labs, Red Bull, Game Arena. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thank you. Don't go anywhere after this break. It's going to be some amazing casters and the semifinals. You don't want to miss it.